Hey guys, Parry here, and welcome to a pre-recorded Parry podcast. And today we'll be talking about Sludge Life. As you can see in the background, it's computer screen in the game when you first boot it up. And we're here with horb. Yeah. How was our first experiences? I knew Herb played in like January, and I played in like the end of June.
Is correct. I started playing the game on New Year's Eve, so that was like very, very end of December. Or either started playing or downloaded it at that time because I saw that it was free on Epic Games, and the game hooked me on. The visuals were very, very nice. It had a really smooth like gameplay feel to it. You go in with almost no real direction of like what you're doing, but like as you play, you just get more of a hang of it.
Yeah, that's how I
it's a nice experience.
Yeah, I played it I downloaded it again I think months before I actually started playing it. Maybe even in January at the same time you did, maybe, I don't know. But actually back in April. So
April was it still free in April?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember. But is it just free in general? Because when I got it, it had a price on it, but it was free for me.
I think it was on a sale at the time I got it in April, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I know. It's a good game, though. It's a good game.
Yeah.
I'm glad they made it free.
And I want to say, it was like, I guess it was because I was just playing like GTA 5 like a month before I started playing Sludge, so I was kind of getting into the feel of playing long games, games that take weeks to get through. But this game took about only like a little less than 1 week to get through.
Yeah, it's a short game. You could possibly get stuck in a certain part of the game and like maybe take a long time on it, but it's really in all reality it's just a short game, and it's a good one too. I found Sludge Life almost by accident, well, not accident, but it's just coincidentally, because I never go on Epic Games to check for games because I don't play games that much. I don't have that much time to play video games as like I used to like years ago. But I was bored with like mid-pandemic. It's New Year's Eve, I'm just chilling at home. So I'm like, why not, Yeah, actually, it was very, very shortly before my birthday. This is true. So, I just relaxing at home. It was late. And I went on Epic Games and I see this game called Sludge Life. And like right off the bat, it just caught my eye. The colors were, really nice on the cover for it. And when I downloaded it, it was very quick. It's not too big of a game. I go in and it's good. It's a refreshing game to play. It's a little different than what you usually play, depending on what types of games you play. It's nice,
Yeah, I feel you. How I got into the game was pretty much just her playing the game, and then I found on Epic Games that it was free, and then I downloaded it. Well, I didn't like download to the computer. I just bought it for free. I remember I specifically screenshotted it and said like, "Yo, Herb, I got this." And I was like, "Woo, yeah, let's go!" And text.
Cause it's just such a good game. Remember, I was recommending it to everybody, but I don't think anybody really took it that serious. I'm glad Parry was able to play it though.
Yeah. Speaking of, let's talk about the gameplay itself. Now, the gameplay is pretty much a main gameplay because there's side quests you could do. But the main gameplay is you have to, I guess, go to the spray spots where you spray stuff with your spray can and spray there.
Yeah, there's these little spots that you can just go and tag.
Yeah.
With your little mark. You just leave your mark there.
Yeah, and it goes Ghost.
Yeah. I like Ghost a lot. Ghost is awesome. I'm pretty sure Ghost is the player, right?
Yeah.
What happens over time? Like, the more spots that you tag, does that give more does that give you anything depending on how many you tag?
I don't think so personally. Maybe, I'm not sure if this is in the code, but like maybe like if you tag a certain amount of spots, it unlocks new spots to tag, because there's like these benchmarks in the thing, and like when you open up to see how much you tagged, And by the way, that benchmark thing is like the tags, yeah, right there on the background. But yeah, you go there and you see there's these like check marks here, and I assume that means something at least.
I know. Once you get all of them, I think there might be something that you can do.
Yeah, there's a
I don't
yeah. That's
remember.
how you unlock the weird ending.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, I remember now then. Because I know I got all the endings in the game. There is a good ending, a bad ending, and a weird one.
yeah. You want to talk about
Sure.
that?
Yeah, sure. Should we put a spoiler warning here?
Yeah. Okay. So
All right.
we're gonna be spoiling.
Ow!
Ow. Um,
All right. So, which ending should we talk about
I think
first?
we should talk about the easiest to get and the hardest to get, maybe.
All right. Well,
I think the bad ending is the easiest to get, and then the weird ending is the hardest to get. Which is, you thought it would be the good ending that would be the hardest to get, but yeah.
I think what's it called? So the bad ending. Bad ending. There is this little bunker. It's I think like southeast from Chemico. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but it's like this little power plant. I think it is.
Yeah.
So to get the bad ending, you need to go through these little like lasers that are like kind of blocking
Well, first though,
you from entering.
you have to like enter into the building in like some special hallway, and then in it you meet an NPC, which doesn't matter for like the bad ending, but he's like a zombie. He's like, they said not to come here. I don't see any problem with it here. This I've not felt anything bad, and I feel.
Yeah, and what's it called? Shoot. Oh yeah, there's this item that you can use to get through the lasers. I think you have to put an object in front of the lasers and then just crouch and go under.
Yeah, I think that works with any object.
That's the only option?
No, like, yeah, it works with any object, and that's kind of the only option to get through.
I know, you have to press a button after that, and then, hey Rex, and then what happens
Rex,
is
Rex
that,
just pops up out of nowhere in the game.
yeah, he's, you can't hear him because his voice is, like, such a low quality, and not low quality, frequency, unless he decides to yell, but yeah, you press a button, and basically what happens is that you spawn this, like, giant spaceship or something like that, and it just explosion. You kill your city.
I think it was a nuke that you.
Was it a
yeah,
nuke?
you press a button on a nuke and then it blows up.
Basically, just Kim Jong Un.
Yeah, and then it crashes the game. Then if you try to go back, it says the game data was corrupted. You wanna get it back, and you put yes, and then that's how you get it back.
It was really confusing at first because I thought like the game had broken, but no, it's just the bad ending being bad.
Yeah. Now let's talk about the good ending. Now, how you get that is basically there's this bounce pad outside the chemical place, which is like the science research place. The building a teleporter, which you eventually see in the game. So you go to the launch pad. You have to have a glider, which is given by someone on top of the rooftop of one of the other buildings. Then you jump on it, and then you can glide and try to glide onto like I forgot the name of the brand. I think it's called the Glug brand, Glug Tower. And what's going on with the Glug Tower, I guess Glug Company per se, is that there's a strike going on between the workers, and it's going out throughout the entire city of Sludge Life. You have to launch yourself upwards so you can land on like the balcony of the CEO of Glug, and he's basically just chilling. He's just chilling in a spa, and then if you go up, and then you at some point you come across just like a place with like this door, and you could try to open it, but when you go to like the door, when it's open, it closes. So what's so it's
That was a dog. Sorry, that was a dog. What's he doing?
what the dog doing? So So, anyways,
Stop, Rex. Stop. Stop. Go away. Walk away. So you said
you have
the
to,
plug tower CEO?
yeah, and then you enter Chill's like room, and then there's a stairway to this place. There's a lever which can open a door down the hallway. But you go to the door, it closes. So what you need is a teleporter, which you get from the chemical thing. You steal from it, and then you use the teleporter so like I guess the cameras don't detect that you went past the thing and the door closes. So then the door's open. You go up this ladder and you're on the very top of the building, the glove building. And there's this like I think plane, kind of small plane flight thing, and you go in and then you go around the entire city and then you leave the city, which is how you get the good ending.
Oh yeah, I like the cutscene from the good ending.
Yeah.
That one's actually really nice. I love that you can take pictures too while you're in there.
Yeah. Was I the only one who thought like I was actually controlling the plane?
No, I actually thought I was controlling the plane too the whole time, and I got confused after a while when I realized I wasn't.
Imagine if you could control the plane though and it actually didn't lock in handing, you just had a plane.
They should let you just use the plane after the good ending.
Maybe if
So
you
you can
get
actually
maybe you get all the endings, then you could actually access the plane. It's like, oh no, you wouldn't. I guess it would just be a lot of other things there, because then there's I guess a lot of other mechanics need to be there. Like, what if you crash? Like, or what if or well you land and whatever.
No, is there any endings where the plane crashes? I can't remember the weird ending.
I don't think so, but let's talk about the weird ending. So in the weird ending, there's this a guy who lives like under the glove tower. He lives in this storage box. I don't know what it's called. It's the cargo box that's on cargo ships. He lives in there, and his eyes are in like a jar. And throughout the game, if you get those eyes, it can be used to go see where the next tag is, the next place to tag. And once you're done tagging all the places, the eyes point back towards where the man lives, and then you go back there, and there's no man. Instead, there's just like there's this cloth, and then this cloth goes over your eyes, and then this whole weird sequence happens.
Oh, I remember that ending now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one was like really, really confusing. I actually didn't even know what to do after I got all the tags. I got it by accident.
It was like
The
trippy.
accidental ending. It was, yeah. I had a lot of the effects turned off, the visual effects from the settings because I couldn't concentrate on the game for some reason. And the game in high quality without all those like VFX effects and stuff actually looks really, really good.
I think I'll try to do that at some point, but obviously not now because I'm
Yeah,
kind of
it's really simple to.
obviously not now because I'm doing a podcast. What if I
Yeah, not such a good idea.
I just randomly just stop playing Sludge Life.
What at all? Doing heroes.
But anyways, yeah, and I think the story behind the man is, and it's explained by this other guy who is just on this like advertisement board. Look, and the story is that those two guys were friends, tagging friends. But then one of them, the guy who lost his eyes, went too far to the point where he just took off his eyes and stuff.
Why did he do that though? Like,
I kind of forgot exactly why.
I remember there was some story about one of them like being like too like greedy or something like that.
Yeah, I think that was the guy who lost his eyes.
Yeah, like it just got to his head.
Yeah, I think that's kind of what the weird ending represents. You tag so much, it got to your head, and then you took off your eyes.
Oh, is that what happens at the end? Is that why you put the like, thing on your face, or
Yeah.
like?
The first thing that happens is you see your eyes get taken out, and then the whole trippy stuff happens.
That's wild though.
Yeah. And speaking of the NPCs, let's talk about the NPCs.
So, the NPCs I don't remember too much, but there were some areas of the map that I do remember, such as the party that they wouldn't let you into. Did you run into that place?
Yeah, and I managed to get in there.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
How did you do that?
I forgot exactly, but I think I went onto the roof and then I went to where it was because there was a balcony out there. And I saw like intrude like when I got the good ending. When you go back behind the apartments, you can see someone showing up from the balcony from where the party is. So I went down there, I jumped onto the balcony, and then I went into the party.
Oh, that's insane, dude. I had no idea you could get in there at all.
Yeah.
I know. Did you run into any of those like little Easter egg like secret rooms?
Well, what do you mean?
Like there was a room where it was like a completely white room, and there was like some sort of like guy that was in there just like in the white suit, like strapped up in
Oh,
chains.
like the rooms in the apartment?
Yeah,
Yeah, I've been through them. You know the one with the like,
the big
yeah,
baby.
the big. I really knew the exact. You knew the exact one.
Yeah, the big baby.
Yeah.
That one was one of my favorite rooms. I was like scared when I walked in there. I also like the Dracula room, the vampire.
What was the Dracula room?
Did you find that one?
Maybe, but I maybe just don't recognize what you're talking about.
There was like a little like coffin. It was like a black coffin in there, and I can't remember if you could interact with it or not because it's been so long. But
Yeah,
there was like a vampire in there, and it looked like Dracula somewhat,
yeah, I do not remember
and he
that.
would like shoot that. I know it's in one of the apartments. So
Oh, it was also the one apartment where like there was this dog, and like you don't exactly want to ask what the dog was doing. You could see it, but you don't.
oh yeah, I remember now.
Play the game yourself to find out what he did. We're not telling it; it's illegal. There's also this. There's also this thing called shrooms, and it was being grown in one of the apartments. It's like a drug.
Oh yeah, you could in fact consume the shrooms
Yeah, and
in Sludge Life.
I wanted to just make you go through. It's like spectator mode in Minecraft. Basically, it made you just explore the place, you know. But then at some point, it kicks you out of it, and you just show up.
I think it's either when you like press another like if you click on the mouse or something, it'll take you out, or if you get too far from yourself. But sometimes it seems almost random.
Oh, and there was also the guards and stuff who would actually hit you.
Wait, the
The
what?
guards, you know, like the police, they would actually like hit you and stuff if you tried to
Oh yeah,
interact with them.
oh, those guys were really annoying.
There was also this was just outside the apartments. There was this burger place, and I always thought you could try to get a burger, but I haven't really found a way to get money.
I don't even think there is money in the game, honestly.
There's like this application. It's called LifeLoop. You can see it in the background, guys. But it's like it shows what your account is. Also, it's raining heavy outside, so that's what you're hearing. But anyways, it just shows your money account, you know, and it only decreases when you like I guess die and then you get back to the hospital. It's the hospital bill, but you never ever actually get to a point where you can get money, for as far as I know.
Yeah, your account can only go down. It's really funny. I think you could like just go completely in debt. I wonder what the lowest point you can get to is in the
The
game.
death ending.
With that ending, what if that's the secret ending that nobody knows about?
I feel like someone would have tried to get it. Then again, I haven't explored Sludge Life on YouTube yet.
Yeah, me neither. I know there's videos.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
The only
videos.
time I watched a
'Cause
Sludge Life video was just to know which one of the places of how to spray a certain place, because there was this tag place which was on a satellite, and what you needed to do is you need to lower it down with this like special application. It's called SatView, and you needed to like lower it down so like the player could reach it and tag it. And I didn't know that.
I know there was a lot of very very difficult places to tag. I know one of the ones that I had a lot of trouble with was like, you know, the area where there was the lady that said the person that she used to tag was the one without the eyes.
Oh, there's also this NPC. Like this was outside the Glow Tower. It wasn't any of the strikers. There's just this random guy in a robe, and like if you turned away from him, he'd just open it up, and then
I think I remember that guy. There's a lot of like really interesting NPCs. No, there's apart from the rogue guy, there was also this other guy that was on a computer. Did you run into him at all?
yeah, he was in the apartments, right?
I think he was in the apartments, but like when you looked away, like if you were to look back at him after a while, he would just like automatically switch to another tab. He was doing something on his computer.
I didn't notice that.
Yeah, I was able to like get a snapshot of what he was doing. He was just looking at a picture of a cat. I don't know why it's so bad.
Or maybe he's like working, and I guess he doesn't want you to snitch to his boss or whatever.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, and there was also these aren't only NPCs, but they're the birds, you know, the pigeons, and they run a news company. The station in the apartments and you can see them in action at the like you can see them on TVs, and you can see them in action in like this incident that happened where like the head of a statue fall killed someone, and the buzz is recording it.
That one was really cool. I like that one.
Yeah, I like the whole connection thing. Like you find something there, and then you find a reference to it somewhere else.
Yeah, I feel you. And did you ever you know that NPC that makes music?
Oh yeah, that I think that's the one that's my favorite one.
Yeah, that guy was actually really cool.
Yeah, he kind of reminds me of you.
Yeah, he's what was his name?
I forgot.
What was his name? I don't remember. I just know he spoke in English.
Yeah, he
Oh, I remember.
wait. It's not like he spoke in English when he talked to me. It's just that he knows English because he needs to expand his brand. Money mindset.
Yeah, I think his name was Big Mud. I think Big Mud.
Yeah, Big Mud Herb collab.
I'm gonna reach out to Big Mud, the Sludge Life creators, and get them to just send Big Mud to me.
Yeah,
And I wonder if Big Mud's on Spotify.
I think there was. Yeah, I think that's all the main NPCs to bring up now. Let's talk about the Sludge Life map. The map of Sludge Life, which is kind of important. You have to explore through it to get to the tags.
The map honestly was like really. I actually knew it like by heart at some point because I would just play and like just walk around that much. But I tried to play again a few days ago to just like get a hang of it again before the podcast, and I was so confused. Like they don't remember anything. It was a lot bigger than I remember it. It's a really really nice map though.
Yeah, it'll make a really good map for like I guess a battle royale game or a multiplayer game.
Yeah, that would be a really nice map too.
Yeah.
Use on a multiplayer game. I could see that being used as like a Call of Duty Zombies map, perhaps.
Yeah, I was thinking more in the terms
A
of
really
like
big one.
I was thinking like more in terms of like Fortnite stuff. Like, it's like battle royale.
Possible they could add like a Sludge Life area.
Yeah.
Don't
I
be
mean, what would
strange
you
up.
even
This
do
is a
to like
big
the other people though? Like, do you just tag them?
just tag the people. They're yours now.
Well, I think it would be
Brand.
cool. Maybe there are tag spots. You have to reach each of the tag spots, and your team has to get the most tags.
You got all the tags. Too many tags.
Yeah. Now, we were speaking about the NPCs. I wish there were like side quests you could do with the NPCs because some of them ask you for stuff like, hey, someone took my refrigerator, or hey, I need to know where they grow them shrooms. And it comes off as like, hey, are they giving me a task to do? But you can't actually do it. You can't fulfill it.
Wait, what task?
They like some of the NPCs ask you to do something, but you're unable to do it. The game doesn't allow you to.
Oh yeah, that is true. There's a lot of things that you just can't do.
Yeah.
I feel like the game almost does it like on purpose.
It kind of feels like they kind of like watch some bit out, like they need to get it out, but they couldn't add in the task to like the NPCs would give, but they had the NPCs in. I guess they're kind of there to like confuse the player as well as maybe just to give him more ambience and stuff. Cause, well, how would you feel if like the Sludge Life map was just empty, no NPCs?
I feel like the game wouldn't quite really be the same. I think it would be more like of an eerie feel to it.
Yeah.
Like unsettling. There should be like a mode where you can just go in like with nobody there. That would be a really, really interesting way to play the game.
Wait, would that count the baby to the big giant baby?
I think the big giant baby could just end up being like I don't even know actually like a dog or something, a big giant dog.
I mean, if the big giant baby just left there with no one knows, that may just imply the baby just ate everyone, and that's why the town is not.
That's true. That would be an interesting lore to the game.
Yeah. And speaking,
What if the good ending was just going back in time and stopping the baby?
like you go to like the birthplace and you just throw the baby out of the window.
Yeah, before he got too big, you just throw him out the window. It's the only good thing to do.
And speaking of Sludge Life, let's talk about that. So there's the Glug Tower, and there's this big shred that's going on throughout the entire city, mainly not the Glug business, because they take over most of the industries in the Sludge Life city.
For the lore, at the beginning of the game, and I think really throughout the whole game itself too. There's no like real like written or like just scene insight that you have on what's going on. You kind of you on it unfolds as you play.
Yeah,
You find out by like talking to different people and just like exploring through different things. You know.
yeah, and the ambience itself, it's like it's kind of like it's like I guess peaceful demise in a way. Like most of the NPCs know the place isn't exactly in a good spot, but they're still contending with their lives.
Yeah, it's like it looks almost like a dystopia. Like they're just doing it because they have to. It's like there's nothing more to them than just all that.
Yeah, it's like peaceful and like demise at the same time.
Yeah, and I guess you could look at it in a way like the main character, Ghost.
Yeah,
I guess he could be like more like an outcast, I guess, in society.
I don't think you'd honestly like Ghost doesn't feel too much like an outcast, like because it's not like the players don't like hate him or not the players, the NPCs don't exactly hate him and stuff.
That's true. I guess he's a little different. It's
Yeah,
like part of a different community. Not he doesn't do what he's told to do.
yeah. There's other people who do the tags. Like I think there's this one bug guy that was in like on top of one of the buildings you see in the beginning of the game.
But yeah, I think that's a Ghost tagging partner.
Yeah. And then there's the old tagging partners. There was Big Mud who used to tag. The old tagging partners was the one with the guy who lost his eyes.
Yeah, and then I know there's also some taggers that are at the basketball court.
I maybe.
I remember there being some there, but I know that not all the taggers like each other though. So it's like
The tag wars.
yeah, basically tag wars
Yeah.
because some of the places that you tag already have tags on them, so you're like kind of covering over them.
Yeah. I think there was like bug tag which was blue, and then there was pink tag which I forgot who that belonged to.
I remember the pink tags as well.
Yeah. Let's talk about the Sludge Life aesthetic, which I think kind of covered before, but let's cover more in detail.
Yep. Honestly, the aesthetic is more like I think it's meant to be like I guess like a '90s type of feel to it
Yeah.
because of like the VHS filter that's on it. The what's it called? The there's like somewhat of a swirl, like it's like a visual effect, not a filter, but like it looks like the screen is swirling sometimes. I don't, not swirling, wobbling or something like that. Mostly, I think it's only in the main screen.
Yeah, you can see the main screen in the background right now. Well, the view is not you, and it
Mm-hmm.
is kind of wobbling a bit.
I don't. I have those visual effects turned off, honestly, and if I'm being honest, the game without a lot of the effects on is like it. It feels different. It feels a lot different than the game with the effects on. Like it's almost like a completely new feel to it. I think it's meant to be played with at least the VHS filter. It gives me a lot of like skater vibes to it.
And it also kind of goes back to the point of like the peaceful demise. Like it's a gray and stuff, but there's still things going on.
Yeah, like I feel like that's kind of like what the tagging maybe resembles some of the, like it's such a like plain area. Like everything's like gray and like it's like groggy.
Yeah.
You know.
And I also remember one of the taggers
And
saying the space is going down. Let's just tag all the way. So like, I mean, it makes sense to strike, and not a lot of people are working. So
yeah, like people are like unhappy. They're on strike. They're like trying to storm into a building as well.
yeah, and also notice how like the news company doesn't cover the strike; it's covering this dead body outside of the strike.
Yeah, that's actually the news company is the birds,
Yeah,
right?
the pigeons.
And that's crazy. It's kind of funny. That was always kind of funny to me.
Yeah.
What are they trying to say by that? Like, why is it pigeons?
So I think we got through all the things we got. Unless you have more to say.
I don't really have much more to say, honestly, about Sludge Life. You know, it's a great game. I do recommend it to anybody who wants to play it.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's still free or not, but it's it's a good game. I'd assume it's no more than $20. Definitely worth a play.
Yeah, and wait, do you think Sludge Life, or do you think Sludge Life should get a sequel or a prequel even? There's a second game.
Honestly, I think that would be really nice. I I think that should happen.
Yeah,
You know, a sequel I think would be really interesting, but a prequel, I feel like if a prequel happened, it would be more of like the old guy with the eyes. I think it would be his story.
yeah.
But with the
What
sequel, I feel like maybe they'd make you play as the fly guy.
what if you could see like Baby Ghost in the prequel?
Oh, that would be really cool.
Yeah.
Be awesome.
I also kind of be interesting to see like the place that's actually in work that's actually like, working and stuff, not on strike, and see how that atmosphere was like.
Yeah, I feel like. Do you think that the city was ever like happy?
I'm not sure per se if like they were, because I feel like the kind of just like honestly use a theory that like okay, so some company called the Glove Company just got this kind of like sea base, in the middle of the sea, whatever, ocean. And ever since then, all the sludge is like just on like the thing on the ground, the black thing on the ground. That's just like all the waste and stuff, and that's just built up over time. And then you got like the radiation or stuff, whatever, just affecting the wildlife. So that's why you got these bug creatures and stuff and shrooms.
Yeah, those creatures there were actually really interesting to look at.
Yeah,
They kind of scared me sometimes too. Like I didn't know what it was sometimes. Actually, did you ever run into the ostrich?
there was an ostrich.
Yeah, somewhere near the place where you get the bad ending. There is an ostrich, and it's like in that like
Oh yeah,
the
I
tar.
met the blue
Yeah.
ostriches. I think the CEO was eating one. Like while he was at the spa, you can look at his like the table, and he's just eating an ostrich.
Maybe it's like some sort of a luxury food.
Yeah.
Ostrich.
I
I
also
know.
encountered this thing where like there's these eggs that they have, and yeah, if you go touch them or whatever, then they come to you and they hate you.
Oh yeah, that's true. You can actually even pick up the eggs and like break them.
It scared me the
'Cause
first.
I remember I did
It
that.
scared me the first time when they hit me because I didn't expect them at all.
Yeah, me too. Actually, I don't. If you break them, I'm pretty sure they'll just follow you infinitely until you get away from them.
There's also like those.
Like they won't leave their
There's
eggs.
also like those eel creatures on the sludge, and they just flipped over into it, and yeah,
There was a big eel too. It was like a really big one
yeah. There
somewhere.
was also like this scuba guy who, if you got close to me, would dunk back down.
But yeah, I always try to crouch in the I guess it's sludge. What is sludge? I don't even know. I try to like crouch in that area, and I would never see anything under the liquid.
But anyways, yeah, I think that's kind of how like the whole kind of settlement started. I know the actual humans are just workers or descendants of those workers. And this has just been their life.
I think the city that they live in is like really isolated.
Yeah,
Definitely, like it's an interesting place to look into in the game. You don't see anything in the distance at all.
yeah. I feel like maybe this is going back to the lore part, but maybe a reason why there was like a strike is because, well, first, if you go back to Big Mud, he says, "Hey, I need to learn English to go out to reach out to a bigger audience." It indicates he does realize there's an outside world of it. So maybe there could have been an event where somehow they've been brought internet or something, and they realize there's this world outside of you, and they realize they can have better, but they don't.
Actually, yeah, that's true. That's actually really interesting. I should look into the lore of that game. Honestly, I don't know like anything about.
Yeah.
Like I don't. I know like a decent amount of stuff. I just never looked too deep into the lore.
Imagine like you just live your life and then realize there's this happier place out there.
Yeah, that would be crazy. It's like living in North Korea.
Well, it's like living
I
in.
wonder if they even know
It's
there's
like
another
living in
world out
Turkey.
there. In
It's like living in
Austria-Hungary.
California. Or
California.
just dunking in all the places. Alright, so that was the end of the Sludge podcast, pre-recorded podcast. I hope you enjoyed it. I got like about 55 minutes of editing and heard by. Wow, 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 wow.